Operation status quo. Operation status quo. Prepare to engage. Operation status quo. Ready to engage. Operation status quo. Engaged. Engaged. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here on Operation Status Quo. Oh, status quo. Make it like more dramatic than it's like Operation Status Quo. Operation Status Quo. Get like really into it for everybody and make people think that this is an important place to be. Well, it is an important place to be because you wouldn't be here otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, and I wouldn't be here otherwise. Why would I take the time out of my own day to do this if it wasn't for important and the beautiful messages that we're sending to all the people out there? By the way, in case you're curious, I am Pete.Palma. I am your user-friendly host. This is Operation Status Quo, the place where we observe the status quo of life, learn to flow with the status quo of life, and then, of course, you know it because you're here with me each and every week. We create our own flow of quo, and that's the only way to go. So, what are you doing out there today to create your own flow of quo? I'm doing Operation Status Quo to create my flow of quo. What are you doing to create your flow of quo? Let me know in the comments below, because if you are not living your flow of quo, say it with me, you are living someone else's flow, and that is a no-no here on Operation Status Quo. So I'm feeling good, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to ease into it. Remember, this is the live stream of consciousness for those of you that are new here or, stumbled upon this accidentally. It's like, basically, I like to create an environment where we're just kind of discussing, that's why I always invite people into the chat and such, to actually participate in the conversation and ask questions and such, if you're there live. I know a lot of times people might see this later, which is fine. You're more than welcome to throw comments into things that I was saying. I'd be happy to respond. I do like, whenever a comment does come across, I do generally respond to it. So, feel free to do that because, I'm always trying to be a reminder that we don't have to take everything so seriously. Even the sense of doing like a show, right? Like a lot of times when people do these type of endeavors, they want everything to be perfect in certain ways. And for myself personally, I always want to do things in a way that are just natural and authentic so that it doesn't seem like a put on in some regard. That's why I keep Operation Status Quo so loosey-goosey in certain ways that I do, because it's more about just connecting with you, the people out there, and trying to provide a space to get away from all the noise, right? We don't want to get, I could come on and have all my papers together, with all my notes and go down the line and say, this is the point, and that's this, I don't know. I mean, I think that's good. It's good to know maybe something you're going to talk about. But at the same time, I also think it's fun just to kind of let loose and see what happens. Like every time before I start the show, right, I set everything up and then I go, all right, what the hell's going to happen? What the hell's going to happen now? I don't know. It's not my fault. I don't know. Why is the universe directing me to do this? Why is it directing me to torture you? Hey-o. By the way, before I get started here, let me go, because I don't, I got to be honest, that generally my cat is sleeping a lot of times during this time of the day, or is downstairs, or hasn't been up here, but he is up here with us today. I'm going to the close cam. Let me turn to close. I haven't used the close. Here, I got the close cam. Haven't used the close cam in a while, so let me just switch it. What happened to? Oh, wait a minute. Why is it black? Close cam. What's the matter here? Hold on a second. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we have an issue. This should be plugged in. Hold on. Let me. No, something's not right. Hold on. Why is this not working? Let's see. Hold on. Let's try this again. Oh my God. I should do the show like this. The close cam should just be the blank. There's no reason why this camera should be not working. Hold on. Now it's got me all messed up, ladies, because I'm curious what the hell's going on. Let's see if this thing pops on. What the heck is happening here? Don't tell me something's wrong with the close cam, ladies and gentlemen, please. I didn't do anything to this camera that it would just stop working like that. Let's see. It's plugged in. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. I should do the show just like this blank screen. I can't believe this isn't working. Oh my God, what is going on? What is going on? Why is this? Now I'm consumed. Now I'm consumed, ladies and gentlemen. It's all going downhill now. It's all going downhill now. Oh my God, speaking of going downhill, here's RC3 in the chat. How we doing, RC3? What did RC3 say? Hold on, I got to get my screen bigger over here so I can read the chat. RC3 says, RC3, check it in. He's catching up with his flow of quo. That's the way we do it here on Operation Status Quo. I must have done, what can I have possibly done for this camera not to be working? It's like, it's fine. It should be working. Hold on, I'm gonna try this again. Like, why is it not working? Let's see. Let me try it over here. No, I can't believe it. What the heck has happened? Did this camera just go dead on me? Should I bang it a few times? Is not how you make things work? I can't. Well, I want to show you that my cat's over here. Okay, I got to turn this camera then. There he is. There he is, Mr. Miles. Let's give him a big round. Let me go over here. Let's give him a big round of applause. Mr. Miles, Mr. Miles. What's he got his paw in his ear. Oh, it's better. At least we didn't catch him licking his ass. Mr. Miles, how you doing, buddy? You want to say hello to the people out there, do you? Huh? This poor cat. Now you see why he's downstairs all the time. Oh my gosh, this now, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe that Mr. Miles, by the way, is the official cat of Operation Status Quo, the official cat of, what the heck? Oh my God, everything's going crazy on me here. What happened to this screen? Oh my gosh. Now I can't see the chat again. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what is going on? What is going on? That's what happens when you got to do it all yourself, and you're dealing with technology. I can't make the screen. I can't get back to where I was. Now I can't see the chat if I can't. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Miles in the house. RC3, I see your chat. I'm still consumed with my... There it goes, the close cam. It came on, ladies and gentlemen. It's a miracle. God is with us. Now we can really see Miles. Miles. There he is. Look at this guy. That's it. Give him a good scratch, buddy. Give him a good scratch. There he is. Mr. Miles, the official cat of Operation Status Quo. Anything you want to say to the beautiful people out there today, Miles? Yeah, look at this guy. Look at this guy. What a good boy. All right, there we go. I feel so much better now that... You know, I wish I'd like to put Miles in more of my videos. The only problem is that he's kind of you know, he's like okay. Let me say this. I have my buddy up the street has a dog, right? And my friend here, he's a very kind of quiet, easygoing guy, but his dog is like a gazillion miles an hour, just like zipping, barking, running all over the place. And it's funny how the opposite personality. I always tell him, I go, it's really funny because you know you're kind of so subdued, and your dog is like like a maniac, and on the opposite side, I am a maniac, and Mr. Miles over here is generally quite subdued. So sometimes we gotta give him a little, get him into shape. There we go. See, I think I drove him crazy already. Now he's down on the floor. He's out. He wants to get the hell out of here. Oh my God! Now he's laying on the floor over here. Very nice, very nice. All right, ladies, I'm sorry that I got so off track. Now I think this is a good show. See, to me, this is a good this is a good show because we're not filling it with nonsense that nobody cares about. We're just it is nonsense that nobody cares about, but I mean it's nonsense that it's a different style of nonsense. You know what I mean? All right, let me get into it today, ladies and gentlemen. If I could, please try to actually provide some sort of flow of quo for you as well as myself. Today is the 15th of October in the good year 2025, and today's program is entitled Led to Lead. So when I was going through the internet, I was scrolling for something that I was doing with a different idea that I had, and I was kind of looking up these positive quotes I never got to that idea. I still have that idea, but I haven't got to it. So I was looking up these positive quotes, and I came across this website, and I guess it's called, I'm just saying this so you know where I'm reading from. It's called Pragati Leadership. I don't know, Prgati Leadership. So this website, I just was Googling for positive quotes, I guess, and then this website came up, and I guess it's a class or something. They teach leadership. It's like, and it just kind of caught me as funny because I think to myself, like, you don't teach leadership, right? And that's the whole thing. Like, we're just life in general, and everything we talk about here on Operation Status Quo as far as people in some regards being programmed by the system and living by the mainstream and such. It's like you're going to teach leadership. Like to me, leadership is like it's your soul. It's like what you are. like, I mean, not just that everybody has to be a leader per se, but I just mean like the idea of leadership and what it represents. It's something that you can't like really teach. Right? It's something that just kind of comes through. By the way, I see I'm in the red over here. This is like a real debacle today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the red. I'm in the red on YouTube. I'm not getting enough data processing. I don't know if I'm buffering, if you're seeing me or not, but the screen, I'm still here. The show's still going, so I don't know how much is getting out there on YouTube. Between this computer giving me a hard time, my close cam didn't want to work for me right now. I got all kinds of damn problems. I'm trying to get into a point. My cat's walking all around. I'm losing my mind. All right. Is this Operation Status Quo? Is this what we do? Is this how we help humanity, ladies and gentlemen? Please. All right. So we're just going to continue on. And I really just found it interesting about, like, you know, like I consider myself, and I'm not even meaning this in any kind of ego way. I do consider myself, you know, a leader in a way, because I'm somebody that is not afraid to do things a different way, to speak up against against the crowd, against the norm. You know, and not that makes you like, I'm not trying to be a I don't mean as far as being rabble rouser. I mean leadership in the sense of like you live by the example of really being you, even if it's outside the norm and outside the box, and somehow that inspires people in some type of way to take action for themselves. It doesn't have to be in the same degrees that other people do it. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be some like grand, I always say, you don't have to be some mass grand thing, but instead, RC3 says, we did buffer a little earlier, good to go. You really need a producer. Hey, RC3, no freaking kidding, dude. What have I been telling you for about a year? Now, what are you doing? Hey-o. If it wasn't for RC3, I'd have no audience. No, that's not true. RC3 is a consistent, when he can, because I know he's got a life too, unfortunately. But, you know, when he can, he is a top fan here and always participating in the chat, which I appreciate. And I appreciate that he actually watches it while it's live, because it gets a perspective that, you know, that I can't get because I'm doing it live. Oh, my God. So, yeah, I'm just talking about, like, you know, being yourself and, you know, how that can inspire people. And it's not about like that. To me, that's what leadership is, like just living true to you, being honest with yourself, living true to you, and what that means. I don't know how. So I'm going to read to you a little bit of what they have on their website as far as, I guess, what a leader is, and I guess whatever their program. I'm not going to get into their program, but then they have a bunch of positive quotes from world famous leaders. So we'll tap into a few of those and see if they resonate with you guys out there, because, you know, this is a place of always trying to provide positive information, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we really want to do is provide love and joy, and giving people a place to potentially consider perceiving things from a different perspective, right? All right. So powerful leaders, ladies and gentlemen, according to this website, powerful leaders are capable of shaping nations, communities, and organizations. They are visionaries with a blend of charisma, enthusiasm, and a strong sense of direction. Self-assured and focused, they make important decisions confidently, even amid uncertainties and complicated situations. Now, so far, I think we're describing me pretty damn good. I gotta have fun with it a little bit too, right? You know, I wish I did feel like there were leaders for me to follow, you know, because I'm tired of doing it. I like to just follow somebody. That'd be a lot easier. All right. So what makes successful leaders? Well, it's a culmination of many qualities. They're not merely people occupying high ranks or respectable positions, but inspiring individuals who set benchmarks for others to follow. They demonstrate their excellence and lay the ground for breakthroughs. They reinforce the importance of integrity and honesty and build strong connections, camaraderie, and trust. Now we got a little shaky here. Reinforce the importance of integrity, honesty. I might be a little bit out of my league now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying. But it's kind of funny because you hear all that. You hear stuff like that. You think about our leaders in the world today. They reinforce the importance of integrity and honesty and build strong connections, camaraderie, and trust. And all we got is a world full of leaders that all want to fight with each other and threaten each other and bully each other and have pissing contests and everything else. And no, you said this, so I'm going to do that. Oh, you want to put a 100% tariff? I put a 200% tariff. I will put an infinity tariff. Whatever it calls, we double it every time. Every time we double. It's like, you know, that seems like very mature immature. It's like saying, yeah, I touched you. No, you touched me. No, I touched you. No, you touched me. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. That's like what our leaders are doing. Like when you see all these like people together in the meetings, like the big G7s or whatever the frig, those summits and whatever big things they do. It's like, yeah, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I know we fly our planes into your space, but we didn't do anything. We just want to piss you off because that's what mature people do, right? But in the journey of leadership, motivational quotes often play a pivotal role. The world has given us some truly powerful leaders who have served as the epitomes of inspiration. You know, it's funny because they're saying here the epitomes of inspiration. And the first quote they have, once we get to them, is by Walt Disney, like, you know, the biggest, like, pedophile. You know, they created Disney to whatchamacallit, what's the word I'm looking for with the kids? You know, not, what's the word? Not coach. What's the damn word, man? Groom. Yeah, Disney is a place to groom children for sexual exploitation. I mean, has anybody been paying attention to the world for the past 10 years? But Walt Disney's up there for inspirational quotes. And let me see what they're. After they did that paragraph, this company with the everything I just read about what makes a leader, they say schedule a call with Pragati leadership experts to discuss how we can support your strategic objectives. So it's like, can you imagine you got a call and you're like, yeah, hi, I have some ideas about being a leader. I want to start something big. I want people to follow me or respect me. I'm so scared, though. I don't know what to do. Don't you worry. We'll make you a leader. Now, first, how much money do you have? It's funny, too, because it's Praghetti. I don't know if it's Italian or not, but it sounds like it could be like Praghetti, It'd be like another mobster thing. Listen, you want to be a leader, huh? We can do it, but we're going to have to, it's going to be a little problem. It's like, so you want to be a leader, huh? All right, come back into the alley. I want to show you a few things. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with all this, but it's like, I just think the whole concept of teaching somebody, to be a leader. It's even the same thing like with music. It's like you're either really gifted and you're a musician, or you're not that you can't learn to play an instrument. Like I'm somebody who more, like I don't consider myself a gifted musician. Like, as far as like just like I just know the guitar and like I can just pluck it all out anywhere like other people. Matter of fact, RC3, who's on the chat with us today, he plays guitar. And I got to tell you, RC3 does an amazing job. He's one of those guys that can just hear it and then like find it and play it, right? Without really, like he wouldn't have to go take lessons and learn what an E chord is. Like he more can just like hear it and figure it out, which I think is great. Cause that's like, I'm like the opposite that way. I want to see all the chords. Like I learn a song, it's just a different way of. And now as far as like, but writing songs, I feel like I not being a talented musician, but just being creative in the way I am. I come up with this stuff that's kind of cool or fun or whatever. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, you can't teach people, some of these things. See, same thing like with comedy and acting, and people go to acting school. I studied with so and so and did this technique or whatever. I don't know. Either you can like feel emotion and pretend to be it, or you can't. Like, I'm not saying there's not anything to learn, but at the same time, it's like either you can do it or you can't. All right. Anyway, so let's do some of these inspirational quotes from famous leaders and see how well they fit in with our led to lead, ladies and gentlemen. We're being led to lead. Actually, you know what? I'm just thinking of this now. We are being led to lead in the way the world. Oh my God, I could have made this the point of the show today. Why did it take me 19 minutes almost to figure out the point of my own show? But led to lead. We are being led to be leaders in our own lives because of the horrible leadership we're experiencing in the world around us. Oh, this is like a freaking revelation. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm going to cough again. Hold on. Where's my damn water? When I have revelations, now I'm starting to sweat. That's the universe speaking right through me. When I say stream of consciousness, that's what I'm talking about right there. We're being led to lead, ladies and gentlemen, because our world is showing us that if we don't be the leaders in our own lives, then, you see what the alternative is, right? You're going to have a chip in your brain, and you'll be playing PlayStation all day, which is funny, too. When I was doing my dipsy doodle at the pool, was it yesterday or the day before? Either way, the other day, and the kid was kid was there. So it was Monday because it was a holiday. So the kid was there and his father and, the kids playing in the pool. I guess he started getting a little active with the water gun and started shooting the dad with the water gun. The dad didn't want to get wet, so he was getting agitated. And he goes, "Oh, you keep this up. No PlayStation." The kid was like, "Oh." And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, like if I had kids, like there wouldn't even be a PlayStation in the house. It's like, you know what I mean? Like I said, oh, a PlayStation. And I forget that, most people like to do that stuff, like to sit there and like drool over playing video games. I was never a video game guy, so I don't understand it. But, I don't want to insult the gamers out there. I'm sorry. I apologize. Everybody has hobbies and things that they like to do. But I can't imagine sitting there pushing buttons. And, well, I'm sitting here pushing. Damn it. I did it again. I'm sitting here pushing buttons, aren't I? Am I not doing that? I'm pushing. Here's another button. Here's another button. Yeah, push this button. Yeah. Another Godzilla. So but I couldn't imagine sitting there playing the video games, and the threat to the kid was like, I think the best thing to do is to threaten your children without any food or water. And I think that works out best. Listen, I'm gonna let you not have any water for the next 24 hours and watch you slowly dehydrate, and your kidneys collapse. So, do you want to keep shooting me with the water gun? Shoot me with the water gun, and I will not give you any water for 2 days. This is why I'm not a parent. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Anyway, let's start with some of these inspirational questions. And we're going back to Walt Disney. Walt Disney said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." And that's what a beautiful thought. And he was very encouraged to pursue the goal of having as many children in his facility, in his vicinity as possible. Let's see here. John Quincy Adams. He was like a president or something, right? He probably was important, right? If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. I like that one. I agree with that one. That's exactly like what I'm trying to do. It's like just trying to give people perspective and space to dream more. I want you to dream more. Think about what you learn more. I want you to dream about what you want to do, learn about it, and then become more by doing it. Do something, will you? Stop answering to the system and do something. Love your life. Love yourself and love your life. It's a beautiful thing to do. RC3 in the chat says, "I was waiting for a dipsy doodle." Done. Yes, I did mention the dipsy doodle. I haven't done. Did I say it in the beginning of the show? I probably didn't, but I haven't done a dipsy doodle yet today, so I haven't properly flushed my chakras. But it is, like I say, a little chilly, so I was waiting to see if it warmed up a little bit in the afternoon. As far as Florida standards, ladies and gentlemen, the dipsy doodle gets to be a little chilly. I become a little Chilly Willy. Remember Chilly Willy the penguin? Chilly Willy the penguin. I become a little Chilly Willy. And that's actually, you could take that more than one way, but I got a little Chilly Willy when I get in the pool, when I do my dipsy doodle on the cold days. All right, let's see who else we got here. Oh, Jeff Bezos. What did this clown say? Jeff Bezos. Yeah, why is a guy to me like Jeff Bezos? I mean, I know obviously what he created with Amazon and his billions of dollars, and he went into space and everything else. But what I mean is, like, what makes him a leader? It's like, what's he do for anybody except for, like, he glamorizes his own life in a sense. I don't know. I don't really know him personally or see things about him. Like, somebody in that position could be like a humanitarian going around the world. At least, Jimmy Carter used to go with whatever, Habitat for Humanity or whatever, go build houses in other countries. Is Jeff Bezos doing that? I don't know. He gets some young wife. He shoots up into space. I don't know. Anyway, if you're not stubborn, you'll give up on experiments too soon. And if you're not flexible, you'll pound your head against the wall and won't see a different solution to a problem you're trying to solve. So, all right, well, there's a little leeway in there. We try to be fair with everyone. I mean, it's true if you're stubborn and you don't want to open yourself up to other possibilities, you won't see ways of solving issues that you're trying to solve. And if you're not flexible, then you'll be too stringent and you won't get nothing done. I guess, it's really the same thing. All right, Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And I'll give him credit on that because he really believed he can build cars. And, Ford cars are generally, pieces of crap. It's funny because I like Ford in a way. Like, I like some of their cars. I'd like to buy a Ford, but I can't bring myself to get a Ford because, they're just, generally they suck. You know, and I guess unless you get the trucks, people like the F-150s and all. I don't know. I wouldn't do that either if I liked the truck. I wouldn't get a Ford. And even the Chevys. You know, I got to be honest. I was out today too, and I saw like some of these Chevy Blazers. I like the Chevy Blazers and the Ford Explorers. Like I just like the look of it, kind of, and I think they'd be kind of fun. And but I just say to myself, damn, it's a shame that car looks kind of cool because I can't buy it because it's a Ford, because it's a Chevy. You know? All right. But hey, his dreams came true. He believed he could, even though he couldn't, but he believed he could. And look at all the cars that are out there today that still say Ford on them, and they're all crap, right? You know. All right. Let's see here. Colin Powell. What did Colin Powell have to say? A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Colin Powell, ladies and gentlemen. And didn't he get in some trouble for stuff at somewhere down the line too? I don't know. Well, let's not get political. Abraham Lincoln. I just said let's not get political. Why am I talking about Abraham Lincoln? He's so long ago. He doesn't even count as politics, right? It often requires more courage to dare to do right than to fear to do wrong. That's true. It's easy to sit in fear and not accomplish anything, right? Because you're just kind of scared and you're thinking it's better off. Let me just take the easy way out. Let me just do whatever they say. Let me make sure I appease everyone around me, you know? So, but instead if you have the courage and you go do what you really want to do, and you take care of business, and you live a life, even if it's more solitude in certain ways, or, you know, not, you know, in conjunction with the ideas that the mainstream portrays as what we should do on a daily basis or what should make us happy. But if we are happy because we're living true to what we believe, then doesn't that really solve all the problems? And it doesn't really matter what the outside world projects or tries to make us feel that whether we're wrong or right about doing so. Let's see here. Steve Jobs. Oh boy, a lot of these guys. It doesn't make sense to hire smart people and tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. That goes back to exactly what I said. You can't teach people to be leaders. You know, leadership really too, in a way, is something that's developed over the course of your life. You may have a strong instinctual ability to be a leader, but you know, as you grow and become older and mature and have life experience, then you're able to cultivate those experiences into how to better work with groups and people and communicate in a better way, so that your leadership has value. Leadership has value. I like that though. That's how I feel about when I work on these projects. You know, like even RC3 saying about need a producer and stuff. I would love to have a team, you know, working, and I don't want a team working with me so like I could tell them what to do. Like I look at people that I feel have skills and abilities and talents. I'd like to bring them on board with me. I wish, you know, unfortunately, it's like, would you like to work for Pete.Palma Productions? Yeah, right now we got a budget of zero. Can you handle that a little bit? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a little bit much. Hey-o. But I feel if people work together, I mean, for anybody out there who has groups of friends or tries to get businesses or projects off the ground, you know, and you're tight with people and it works, you know, then you know, do it. Like to me, it's like if people put the time in, not looking for getting a result. Even myself, I'm doing this all myself and doing all this stuff, and I don't look at it as like what return. The return is already there. It's there. I've done it. It's out there. People see it. You know, so, and then whatever that brings in the future, it's all about the integrity and the intention of what you do, ladies and gentlemen, right? You know, like the more you just move in that way, it's never about like trying to do something to get something. It's about doing something because it comes naturally to you and it resonates with your heart, your soul, your spirit, your presence, your essence, your reasoning for existing, right? Like, you know, it kind of all flows. And when that flows, then the universe on the other side, you know, works with you and you're able to, your needs are met. Like, I don't know how my needs have been met for the past like 3 years in a sense, but I mean, they have been. So, I mean, you know, God bless God, I guess, you know, for whatever reason, the universe wants me to continue this nonsensical endeavor that I'm doing. Let's see if we got a few more here. I thought I saw one from, well, let's do Vince Lombardi. Everybody, like, we'll throw a little sports into it. Oh, we're up to 28 minutes. Oh, I got to keep it under 30. This will be the last one. Vince Lombardi said, leaders aren't born, they are made. They are made just like anything else, through hard work, and that's the price we'll have to pay to achieve that goal or any goal. So yeah, I mean, they are born, but like I just said, they're made. They are made, you know, because you can be a born natural leader, right? And then, like, you know, never use it in your life in a sense, right? If you live in fear, based on the other comment I mentioned earlier. I don't like that one too much. Let's see if we do one more. Let's finish with Winston Churchill then, all right? How about this one? Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. And I'm going to just speak on this quickly, and I will end it with this. I agree with that, and this is not pre-planned. Like I say, this is all live stream of consciousness, and I thought, I can reflect on that strongly in my life, the part about the courage it takes to sit down and listen, in a sense, because especially me as a younger person would always want to say things or, let somebody know I know that they were being a jerk, or I don't know, just like I had to kind of say something. And, now I really don't. I really don't. Like I mean, if I have to say something, I'll say something. But I always look at it and say, well, what if I say this, what is it bring? Am I saying this like, is it bring positive into the situation? What is it, what does it ultimately do? It doesn't help, right? Like, unless it is helpful, like if it's something that you feel like you could you can communicate with someone, then that I guess it's okay for have the open conversation. But to when somebody's kind of doing something or something you want to point it out, or you want to say, well, why don't you do this, or blah, 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 those kind of things, like you're just kind of putting the other person in a defensive position, and like it doesn't make you a strong leader in a way, because a strong leader knows when to shut up and just like say, okay, this is where we are right now in this situation, and let's see how it moves forward as we move forward, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, led to lead here on Operation Status Quo. RC3 says he is hired for zero. Well, at least I'm in your salary range. Hey-o. All right. Hey, I really want to thank RC3 for being with me here on the chat today. It's always a pleasure to have him. Let me do one more. Mr. Miles is on the floor over here. Where's the close cam? The close cam. And we get down there on the floor, and there's Mr. Miles. You're seeing my sloppy room over here, my that, and then my towels hanging, and all this. Look at the mess I'm dealing with. You see what I'm saying, you guys? People are telling me, do this with the show, do that with the show. I got papers. Look, papers everywhere with notes and ideas, and I mean, it's just freaking mania going on all the time. I can't even keep it working. I gotta like move all this crap every time I do a show. I gotta be like oh shit. Hold on, I'm hitting buttons over here. Sorry about that. Let me go back. Don't mess up the show. Don't mess up the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got for you here today on Operation Status Quo. If you haven't done so already, please take the time to like, subscribe, share, send this out to your friends, your family, those you love, and of course those you despise as well. As you very well know, I love each and every one of you out there individually as well as a group. God bless you. Please take the time to check out pete.palma.com. Check out all my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, etc., and enjoy all the fun stuff that's going on over there. The Happy Day album is now streaming on all your favorite music streaming platforms. So make yourself happy and listen to Happy Day today. And until next time, Operation Status Quo, disengaged.